Now please allow me to introduce the participants. First from Japan, a two-weight MMA champion, the street thug turned mixed martial artist, Mikuru Asakura was introduced to MMA in high school after taking up boxing early in life as an outlet for his troublesome nature. Asakura made his RIZIN debut on August of 2018 and has never looked back, stringing together an impressive 10-2 record in the promotion and becoming one of the key figures in Japan's combat sports scene. Please welcome Mikuru Asakura from Japan. Now, followed by known as the TBE, the best ever. He was enshrined into International Boxing Hall of Fame this past weekend for his many accomplishments throughout his storied career. He compiled a perfect 50-0 professional record on his way to winning 12 world titles across 5 weight divisions, all while defeating an astounding 22 world champions. He has continued to give fans great entertainment in exhibition bouts since retiring, and we're thrilled that he's returning to Japan for this exciting event. Please welcome Floyd Mayweather. Now we'd like to start off with comments from each individual, please. Mr. Sakakibara.
はい、こうしてフロイドとミクルと2人がこの場にいる、本当にRIZINとしては本当に誇りに思いますし、この試合が実現できたことを嬉しく思います。この試合に関しては当初日本のフロイドの試合はコロナの前にですね、メガっていうイベントで開催をするってことで話を進めて、我々もそれに協力するってことだったんですが、メガから契約を引き継いでですね、今回はRIZINで今年の9月にこの2人が戦います。日付と詳しい場所に関してはまた今月中には決めて発表します。いずれにしてもメイウェザーとともにですね、これから単に1試合だけ出るってことではなくて、いろんな形でメイウェザーと協力していきたい、そう思っています。
So today I'm very happy to be sitting in between these two athletes to be able to announce the second participation of Floyd Mayweather in RIZIN against Mikuru Asakura. Floyd Mayweather was supposed to fight in Japan earlier before the pandemic in an organization called MEGA. However, due to the pandemic, that has been postponed, and RIZIN has been taking the contract over for Floyd Mayweather's next fight in Japan. This fight will have to happen in September in Japan. All details will be announced later this month. But I'm very excited to be working with Floyd Mayweather for the future, not only this one fight, but in a bigger picture in the future to create more exciting content in our platform. Thank you very much. So now we'd like a word from Mikuru Asakura, please. Asakura 選手、コメントをどうぞ。
はじめまして、朝倉未来です。今回、フロイド・メイウェザー選手と、戦えるということで、僕は MMA ファイターなんで、今後、世界に名前を売るために、今回ちょっと利用させてもらいます。倒します。以上です。
Hi everybody, my name is Mikuru Asakura, and I'll be facing Floyd Mayweather. I'm an MMA fighter, but I'm going to use this opportunity, and I'm going to use him to raise my name and value internationally. I will win this fight. So a comment from Mr. Mayweather, please.
Hey everybody, I'm happy to be here. As you guys know, I just arrived here. I was in Canastota, New York, just being inducted into the Hall of Fame, which is truly amazing. I mean, my body of work, as far as what I'm talking about, I'm just talking about as far as my career, as I'm truly, truly blessed way beyond belief. I got to where I got to just working extremely hard, and I had the right team. Always focused. I'm always pushing to be the best. I had so many great days when I was competing at the highest level. But as you guys know now, it's still a great feeling to be able just to travel the world and, basically do these exhibition bouts and have fun and continue to, and my legacy is already engraved in stone, like I said before, but it's still great just to go around the world and entertain people from all walks of life. I'm pretty sure he's going to come out and give his best, like any and every guy. But I've seen every style. So my job is just to go out there and be me, have fun, and do what I do best. Just had an exhibition in Abu Dhabi. It's supposed to take place in Dubai at the Burj Al Arab on a helipad, but small things, some major things happened. We had to push it back, but eventually we made it happen, and it was fun. Me and Dangerous Don Moore, we went out there and we entertained the people. We gave the people what they wanted to see, and I'm pretty sure come September in Japan, we're going to give people what they want to see. People want to see me still competing, not at the highest level, but they still want to be entertained by Floyd Mayweather, and they want to see just a young guy that's across from me trying to see if he can say Mayweather don't need to be doing any more exhibitions. So that's the ultimate goal. But by me just doing exhibitions, is keeping my body in shape. I'm able to work out, and that's very, very important, because I always talk about my health. Health is your wealth. And even with me doing these exhibitions, I'm still not taking any punishment. I did one in Japan before, and I had fun. Then we came back. We done one with Logan Paul, and I don't really want to call that an exhibition. I came to entertain him. He came to hold. So it is what it is. And it's so crazy that I don't have social media on my phone. So people kept every once in a while somebody may send me something to my phone, and it's so crazy that Logan Paul wants to do an exhibition again, but it's the same guy said he didn't get paid. So it is what it is. But I'm happy to be going back to Japan. I've been to Japan so many times, and I just really want to thank my team, James McNair, aka the Harlem Hot Boy, aka P-Rilla, for just being a friend that works behind the scenes. And you don't really get that much credit. I want to take my hat off to my security team. These guys work extremely hard, day in and day out. We travel the world each and every day. So this didn't happen just, overnight. And it's so many pieces to this puzzle. And we got so many people that works behind the scenes that never get the credit that's due. Boxing is the driving force. It's the driving force that put me in a position to retire my mom, to retire my dad, to put my children in a position where they don't have to work for anyone. And I spoke about this many times. It's all about working smarter, not harder. It's great to go into the Hall of Fame, but when you go in the Hall of Fame, the great thing about it is I did everything on my terms. And you look at so many champions, they can barely walk, they can barely talk. So that's not cool. The name of the game is to hit and not get hit. The less you get hit, the longer you last. And I want to keep everything. Your mind, the mind is a terrible thing. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. And I need this so I can continue to make smart investments and take care of my family. So, but this exhibition, I heard it so many times. You hear so many guys say, I'm gonna beat Floyd, I'm gonna beat Floyd, I'm gonna beat Floyd. Well, we can go out there and he can do good for all 3 rounds. I'll still be 50-0 because it don't count. You know, when it's for all the marbles. If it's really for all the marbles, man, y'all know what I can do. You know, like last time I went to Japan, and they said, I asked them what y'all want. Y'all want to go the distance? Y'all tell me what y'all want. Y'all want it 1 round, 2 rounds, or 3 rounds? When they said, I said, cause I can drag it out like the Logan Paul fight if you want me to. Oh, I can clip him early. I can clip his wings early. So what I did, I'm out there and clipped his wings early. Now, you know, a lot of times when you violate, we will demonstrate. So, but I'm pretty sure he believes in his skills. But you got to realize, no fighter that he has ever been in the ring with is Floyd Mayweather. Remember, I told you guys, we talked about this before. Like when you see all these other fighters, they're just fighters. Remember, I'm Floyd Mayweather. I'm on a different level. I'm special. Not just special, very special. So he can work extremely hard. I mean, if he really want to, you know, RIZIN is a great company. It's one of the best companies, you know, as far as when it comes to MMA and in boxing. This is a huge company. Now, if he really believes in his skills like that, and he really want to push the you know, envelope, they can put up some more money. We can take it right, 8 rounds, 10 rounds, and I guarantee he won't be able to go to 8 or 10. But we're gonna treat him nice. We're gonna let him go 3 rounds. We're gonna let him try to land a shot. I may not let him land 1 punch. It's all up to me. It's all on what I want to do. Remember, I'm the puppet master. I'm always in control, no matter what. I'm just happy with all the media that turned out, all the different media outlets. You guys have been amazing throughout my career. And a lot of them, like I said, a lot of the media and a lot of people are the driving force that push me to make me be great. When you tell me I can't do something, they push me. I push and push and push because I know that I can do anything. You know, at one particular time, my friends thought I was crazy when I told them that I'll be the first fighter to make $100 million in 1 night. And I'm not talking about actually, you know, you fight and you get money on the back end. Actually, a check for $100 million. No, just being in the sport of boxing, the sport's been good to me. You know, I've seen $100 million over 10 times. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let me see what I can do here. No, I got everything. 皆さんがよくご存知のように、私はつい先ほどニューヨークから、戻ってきました。つい昨日まで、国際ボクシング協会の殿堂入りの式典があり、それに対して非常に素晴らしい経験ですし、素晴らしい、経験をさせていただきました。自分のキャリアは本当に幸福で恵まれていて、それも全てが自分の、努力と、練習で今自分がこういうところまで来れました。そしてですね、こうやって自分がキャリアを終えた後も、エキシビジョンを経て世界中を旅しながら自分の能力で世界中のファンにエンターテインメントを届けれるということが、自分は非常に恵まれていると、思っています。で、自分はこれを楽しみながらやってますんで、彼は一生懸命やって私を倒しに来ると言っていますが、私は、楽しみに行ってそれでも、勝つ自信があります。とにかく今私は、キャリアを終えた後、こういうふうにエキシビジョンをして、楽しんでいますので、ついこの間ドバイでも、エキシビジョンをやって相手を勝ってきたんですけれども、そのエキシビジョンをやるにもさまざまな事件が起きて、最初はヘリパッドでやらなければいけなかったんですが、それができなくなり日付も、遅れたりしたんですが、最終的には私は戦いました。対戦相手のムアと私は試合をしてお客さんが見たいものを全部届けてきました。今回9月同じことを、やるつもりでいます。皆様が見たいものを提供するつもりでいます。今は当然 一番レベルの高いところでやれていませんが、ただそれなりのものを届けて、それなりのエンターテインメントを届けれる、自信はあります。最終的に自分のキャリアのこのエキシビジョンのゴールとしては、対戦相手がもうメイウェザーエキシビジョンやらなくていいでしょっていうような相手が出てきてくれることが最終的なゴールだと思いながら、今はこれを、続けています。幸いなことに、今まで試合をやってきてエキシビジョンをやってまだ健康ですし怪我もしていません。日本でもやりましたし、ジェイク・ポールともやりました、ローガン・ポールともやりました。で自分はすごく楽しみました。彼は本気で倒しに来たんだけれども、自分は楽しんで走らってそれでも勝つことができました。で自分は SNS やらないんで、よくわからないんですけども、彼がまたやりたいと言っている。でもお金ももらってないと言っている。よくわけがわからない人ですが、とにかくこういうふうにエキシビジョンをやって、自分が稼げていることは非常に素晴らしく思いますし、これは一人に自分の友達もありマネージャーでもあるジェームズ・リラさんが縁の下の力持ちとして表には出ないけれども、彼とか、私のセキュリティチーム、世界中を旅しながら常に一緒にいるチームがいるからこそ、自分はこのように表に立って活躍できているのかと思います。こういった大きなものは一晩では起きないですし、みんなの見えないところでの努力があるからこそこういうことができていると思うので、今この場を借りて自分のチームに、お礼を言いたいと思います。特にボクシングは、自分にとってのもう全てのもう力の原動力であり、ボクシングがあるから、私は自分の母親、父親を早く引退してもらいましたし、自分の子供たちが一生、人の下で働かなくてもいいような環境を作ることができました。自分のモットーは、賢く働く、たくさん働くのではなく賢く働くという部分になります。ボクシングの殿堂入りに入りましたが、さまざまな殿堂入りのチャンピオンの中でも私、それこそ障害を持って歩けなくなったり、後遺症で喋れなくなったり、そういうチャンピオンもたくさんいる中、私は心身ともに健康です。当てられずに当てる、これが私のモットーであり、っていうことなので、エキシビジョンではありますが、対戦相手の彼は一生懸命来るでしょう。自分の能力に自信を持っているでしょう。だけど私はどうあっても50勝0敗のまま生涯を終えます。前回の日本でのエキシビジョンでは逆に私は尋ねました。これって3ラウンド持たした方がいいの、1ラウンド伸ばした方がいいの、どうした方がいいのって全部尋ねました。遊ばないでくれと言われたので1ラウンド伸ばしました。何が言いたいかというと、常に自分のコントロールのある中で、自分の要件の中で物事を進めてきている、それが今につながっているというふうに思います。そして最後に、メディアの方々、今までの自分のキャリアを支えてくれて、メディアの人たちがいなかったら今の自分はありません。メディアこそパワーです。この場を借りて本当に、お礼を言いたいと思います。でボクシングが本当に頭おかしいだろうと友達から言われて、一晩で、100ミリオン稼いでやると言ってみんなからアホだろうって言われましたが、私はそれ10回以上やってます。そういう競技の中に生きてきて今があると思っています。
あとライジンのこと
So I forgot to skip something. So yeah, Floyd also mentioned about RIZIN, Asakura.
日本語で
Yeah.
You be able to, see the bout. You be able to watch, the exhibition and the other bouts on RIZIN Fight Pass. So I have to make sure you guys know that because a lot of times people don't know which platform that they're able to watch the fight on. So once again, you're able to watch the fight on RIZIN Fight Pass.
そう先ほど言えなかったんですが、朝倉選手はもうRIZINの選手で、RIZINは本当に素晴らしい団体ですし、大きなイベントもたくさんやってます。日本の中では間違いなく、素晴らしい会社だと思いますんで、とにかく自分の要件次第で、もし彼が本気で本当にやりたいんであれば、RIZINがもうちょっとお金払ってくれれば5ラウンドだろうが8ラウンドだろうが、全然やれます。でもあくまでも自分の条件でやってくれれば、 8ラウンドで一生懸命やってくれても構わないです。ただ彼は8ラウンド持たないと思いますが、お金次第で今から調整をしてもいいですよと。そしてRIZINがファイトパス立ち上げるこれからのファイトパス、こういった試みは素晴らしいものだと思いますんで、いろいろなペーパービューだったりイベントはどこで見ていいかわからないっていう部分で混乱してしまうんですが、このような試みは非常にいいと思いますので、皆さん注目してあげてください。
And I also would like to, take my hat off to, the sponsors. Normally I have different sponsors on my trunks, but the main sponsor this time on my trunks will be Limitless. As you guys can see, Limitless was on my trunks 2 other times, so they're going to be at the top on my trunks. A company that I've been working with for a very, very long time, a great company, a company that's on the rise. So, you guys see my trunks now. Most of the time you see Limitless at the top. In the past, you guys see Hublot, because I was able to do some major things with Hublot. We can never forget about certain sponsors, and a lot of fighters don't talk about the sponsors. They just wear them on their trunks and get a couple dollars, but I have to make sure that I mention the sponsors. That's very, very important to me.
あと、私の方で、紹介したいのが、たくさんのスポンサーの中から今回は、ここの帽子テーブルに載っているリミットレスっていうところは、特に感謝をして、紹介したいと思います。前回の試合もそうですし、今回も、トランクスに、ロゴが載ると思うんですけれども、あとはヒュー・ブローですね。ヒュー・ブローとは昔、いろいろとお世話になったんですけれども、普通の選手はスポンサーからちょっとしたお小遣いをもらって、忘れてしまうことが多いんですが、私にとってスポンサーは非常に大事で、常に感謝しながら、忘れずに、こういったスポンサーと付き合っていきたいので、今回は紹介させてもらいました。
And then also, I spoke about, I said J. Paul name, so let me apologize. I meant to say Logan Paul. Logan Paul is the same guy that said that he didn't get paid, but someone from his team, the guy who actually put the exhibition on, that I was working with, reached out to us and said that Logan Paul wanted to do another exhibition. Now this is the same guy that said he didn't get paid. So you guys got to start, watching these certain individuals clout chasing. You see these guys constantly bringing up Floyd Mayweather name, on the internet, just trying to, get clout, I should say. I don't know who it was exactly that reached out to James McNair, but he told me this actually the day before yesterday. The same guy that said he wasn't getting paid, that he didn't get paid, which we all know that is truly false. So a lot of times that's why I don't even entertain the bullshit. We know he got paid. If he did get paid, he wouldn't be trying to get another payday. So my focus is Japan, and September we're going to have fun and we're going to entertain the people. This is another opponent for me. Like I said before, I'm Floyd Mayweather to him. He's just another opponent.
そうですね、先ほどちょっとローガン・ポールの話をしたんですけれども、ジェイクと言ってしまったかもしれない訂正させてもらいます。ローガン・ポールは自分がエキシビションでやってお金もらってないというふうに言っているんですが、同じプロモーターから今度また再戦をしようというオファーが来ています。もうなんだかんだで言ったもん勝ちみたいな光景になってしまっているんですが、ジェームズから一昨日その話を聞きました。そもそもお金もらってないんだったらなぜもう一回やる必要があるのっていうので、私たちは本当に何が起きたか分かってます。お金も払ってますし、ちゃんとやっているんで、皆様メディアの方々にも人の言葉をきちんと精査して判断して、考えてください。ということで、今のフォーカスは9月の日本。とにかく楽しんで人々を楽しませることで、対戦相手には悪いけれども、自分はただの一人だ、対戦相手のただの一人だと思います。なぜならば俺はフロイド・メイウェザーで、それ以上の相手はいないから。 そう朝倉選手なんか言いますか、ヒデに対して今のコメントに対して何か。
いやちょっと長すぎて全然わからない。
Just trying to digest everything you said. So okay, so we'll move on to Q&A. We'll do some Q&As with this microphone.
You guys can raise your hand, and he will bring the mic to you guys, and I'll be happy to answer the questions. I'm pretty sure like I said before, my opponent, he'd be happy to answer the questions. So I should say Floyd Mayweather is what is going to answer questions, and my opponent is going to answer the questions.
So please state your name and media.
At least back here, first of all, congratulations on the Hall of Fame. It's tremendous. If you did fight him in a real fight, do you get in the Hall of Fame a second time?
Once again, this is an exhibition. I'm not here to talk about my body of work. Everybody already know what I can do. I don't have to talk about what I can do. I proved it for some world champion 20 years straight, and I'm still able to compete. I'm still able to compete at the highest level, but I didn't let boxing retire me. I retired when I wanted to and on my own terms.
And one more question for you.
Let me translate that.
No, give me one more question.
What was your first boxing memory that you can recall?
My first boxing memory is so many, but my first fight was in 1987, Owasso, Michigan. I was 10 years old, 64 pounds. The fight lasted probably 30 seconds. It was my first victory.
Thank you.
Let me translate that first. まず質問の内容ですが、もしこれが公式戦で朝倉未来選手とやって勝ったらまた殿堂入りできるのかっていう質問に対して、今回はもうエキシビションしかやっていないので公式戦の話はする必要もないし、エキシビションあくまでもエキシビション自分のステータスは変わらないし、負けるつもりもないと。自分は20年間チャンピオンと言い続けてそれもステータスも変わらないし今はエキシビションの話をしに来ている。で2つの質問に関しては、一番最初にボクシングの試合があったのはいつのかっていう質問に対して1984年オワソミシガン州で初めての試合をしました。まだ小さい子供でしたが30秒で試合が終わりました。それは私の最初のボクシングの勝利です。
Thank you. Thanks for doing this, Floyd. Ron Futrell, who's now in Vegas. One fight-related question and a couple of Vegas questions for you. Have you watched your opponent fight yet, or will you watch any video of your opponent before this fight?
Oh, absolutely not. I don't have to watch anyone. Remember, I'm the king. I'm at the pinnacle. I've always been at the pinnacle. You know, there's only one person to talk about in the sport of boxing. I broke every record, and if you have covered me for years, you know I broke every record right down the street. On the strip, whether it's the MGM Grand or the Mandalay Bay, it's all one family. So, I mean, everything that I did in the sport, I did it with class. I did it with hard work, and I was dedicated to what I did. I've always pushed myself to the limit, but when it's something like this, I don't really have to worry. I don't have to watch tapes on those guys. I mean, I've seen every style. You know, everybody got to watch me. I'm the one to watch. We all here for me. He's just an opponent, like I said before. Everybody I face is just an opponent. There's no different from when I face Canelo or Pacquiao. They're just an opponent. Remember, they're facing Floyd Mayweather. I'm the best. Simple and plain.
A couple of Vegas questions. LeBron James has talked about an NBA team in Vegas. Have you dealt with him? I know you're a big NBA fan. Have you talked with him at all about that possibility?
Well, I've been communicating with some certain individuals about an NBA team. I've been talking to certain individuals for the last 6 months. So that's something I've been working on behind the scenes, but I've never came out and publicly talked about that, you know, with the media. But me and my team have been working, you know, behind the scenes with the, you know, with the NBA, and I'm working on getting a team. Absolutely, I can't say exactly where, but I'm working on getting a team.
Oscar De La Hoya said he may run for mayor of Vegas. I don't know if you caught that. You might have been in New York at the Hall of Fame. Your thoughts on that?
It's his prerogative. He's able to do whatever he wants, you know, whatever he want to do. You know, 1 week he want to be a boxer. Next week he want to do MMA. After that he want to He want to be a singer, then he want to be a model. You know, he don't know what he want to do.
Mayor now.
Now mayor. Next year he want to be the president. You just don't know with him.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being on time here, by the way. I want to point that out. That made me smile.
Remember,
I don't think you've ever been late. Nice seeing you.
I've been late a lot of times. But once again, there's no show without Floyd Mayweather.
No, that was nice. Thank you.
今の質疑応答ですが、まずは対戦相手の試合映像を見たことありますか、そしてこれから見る、予定はありますかという問いに関しては、全く見るつもりはありません、見る必要がありません。もう自分はこの競技のキングであって、キングは1人しかいない。で、どうせなら、もうすべて、記録とかは全部自分が塗り替えてきているので、そんな人間が、ただの対戦相手、の映像を見る必要はないです。自分は MGM、マンデレーベイ、そういったところで全ての記録を塗り替えてきて、それを品を持って努力して、執着して、やってきました。なので自分は何事も心配する必要はないし、もう全て対戦相手と全てのスタイルの技術を見てきた。逆に対戦相手の、映像を見なきゃいけないのは彼の方なんじゃないかと。ムーアだろうがパッキャだろうが、本当に俺の対戦相手のただの一人になるので、対戦相手の映像は見ません。見る必要がありません。次の質問、NBA と、お話をしているという話があるんですが、それについてのシーンを教えてくださいということなんですが、まあここ6ヶ月ぐらい、チームで NBA の、名前は言いませんが、そういうところと話してはいます。ただ公には言えないので、コメントは以上にさせていただきます。続きまして、オスカー・デラホヤがラスベガスの市長になるという話をしていたんですが、それについてどう思われましたと、いうことに対して、まあ言ったもの勝ちの世界なので、彼は日に日に何になりたいか、考えが変わると。最初はボクサーになりたかったらしい。次メイウェイファイターになると言いました。もしかしたら次は歌手なのかダンサーなのかなるかもしれません。それが彼なのであまり気にはしていませんという、ことでした。Let me read up. I have some questions from the Japanese media right now. Let me introduce them and then we'll get back to you. So this is a question from Gong Magazine. So, you've had your first exhibition fight in Japan in 2018 against Tenshin Asakura.
Actually, that's not what my actual first exhibition as a profession.
As a profession, I guess.
Yes.
The one in Japan.
Yes.
So this will be your second fight in RIZIN. What kind of fight do you want to show the Japanese fans?
I just want to give the people entertainment. I mean, it all depends on what he want to do. I mean, if he really want to entertain, you know, they step up and, you know, they compensate me a little bit more. We go a little bit longer. And we can make it a lot more exciting if that's what they want to do. Or we can just keep it, you know, real cool and just do it like 3 rounds.
質問合格さんの2018年リアジンでのRIZINのリンクで天心選手と試合後に今回2回目のRIZIN参戦となります。日本のファンの前で試合することに関して何か特別な思いもありますかということに関して、まあ自分は日本のファンに、ファンが求めることを提供するだけだと。それも実は彼次第にかかってくるかもしれません。なぜならばその彼がどういうふうにやりたいのか、どのようなものを日本のファンに見せたいのか次第で、私の対応も変わってきますが、まあ当然それはお金を払ってよりエキサイティングなものを見せたければそれには当然対応しますし、もし今のままぬるい感じで3ラウンドやりたいのであればそのままでもいいでしょう。とにかく、日本人が見たいものは私が見せたいと思いますっていう回答です。 OK, back to Q&A. Anybody?
That's the goods with theboxingwins.com. First and foremost, Floyd, just want to congratulate you on getting to the Hall of Fame. And want to thank you for continuing to do exhibitions and moving the needle for the sport. You know, no one truly gets the people out like yourself. So thank you for continuing to do that.
I don't want to cut you off, but remember, let the world know, as far as in this era, I'm the pioneer of basically exhibitions. You know, just basically still taking things to the next level, still being able to put on a show, not just a regular exhibition, because, you know, sometimes these guys do exhibitions with headgears. We still give them it's still sort of like a fight. So thank you, and thank you for, you know, acknowledging me for going into the Hall of Fame. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you continuing to just be in the sport because, again, like I said, you moved the needle, but you said something early that records were meant to be broken, and obviously you've broken a lot. Someone that you've mentored, and I guess the boxing public likes to familiarize with you is Devin Haney. At 23, you won your first world title.
No, not me. I won my first world title at 21.
21, sorry.
Okay.
At 23, Devin has just gone to Australia undisputed. What do you say about the person you mentored so many years ago, and would you consider that a record broken?
I'm very, very proud of Devin. I'm very, very proud of all the young fighters in this era. I'm so proud of these fighters. You have so many young fighters that's out there keeping the sport of boxing alive and entertaining the people. So I'm proud of all the young fighters that's on the rise. Absolutely.
今の質問はですね、殿堂入りおめでとうございます。そしてこのまま、引き続きキャリアを終えてもエキシビジョンでボクシングを、に注目を集めてくれることに対して、すごく感謝しています。そこに対して、フロイド・メイウェザー選手のコメントは、ボクシングエキシビジョンをみんなに知ってもらいたい、世界に知ってもらいたいのは、このボクシングのエキシビジョンを開拓したのは俺だと。みんなヘッドギアでつけてエキシビジョンだなんちゃらかんとやってますけれども、俺のスタイル、こうやって世界中を、虜にしてやり続ける、これを作り出したのは俺だっていうことを世界中の人にみんな分かってもらいたい。そして自分が可愛がっているデビン・ヘイニーが23歳で、チャンピオンになりましたが、自分は21歳になっているけれども、こういった後続の若い選手たちが自分が可愛がって時間をかけて育つ選手たちが、どんどん世界に出ていく、どんどん勝っていっているということに関しては本当に誇りに思うし、誇らしく、感じています。だからこれからどんどん若い選手たちを育てて彼らが世界に渡っていくのを、楽しみにしています。
You know, I like to talk about the sport of boxing. You know, what's going on in today's time in the sport of boxing. What I really don't like about the sport of boxing in today's time. You know, I love the best competing against the best, but what I don't like is there's too many world champions in the sport of boxing, and it's crazy. And I thought about that when you just asked me the question. So we had Rowley, who was the WBA champion. We had, at lightweight, we had Tank, that was the WBA champion. At lightweight, we had Devin Haney, was the WBC champion at lightweight. And then Camboso, who fought Devin Haney, had the WBC, the WBA, the WBO, and the IBF. Once again, there's too many champions at these different weight classes. Now you have 10 fighters in the top 10. And now, out of all 10 fighters, you may have 6 or 7 guys that's champion. And the reason why is because they said, well, why is there so many champions? Well, let me tell you guys what goes on in the sport of boxing that they're not telling you. Every time a fighter fights, he pays a sanctioning fee. A champion fight, he pays a sanctioning fee. So if a fighter has 4 belts, he pays 4 sanctioning fees. So if a sanctioning body, far as, I don't want to say one specific sanctioning body because they'll say, oh, Floyd was coming specifically at a certain sanctioning body. But we're going to just say one of the belts, one of the sanctioning bodies. If they got 3 champions or 4 champions, they get money from all 4 of those champions when they should only be collecting money from 1 champion. It's not a such thing as an interim champion. You got guys walking around carrying belts and people think they're champions and they're not really champions. The great thing about my career, honestly, if I was able to really fight in this era where you could, you know, they basically handing out belts and they putting guys in position that like when I was fighting, you had to really earn it. Whereas you got Lomachenko, a guy that can fight for a world. I mean, even though he's, you know, a guy having what, 400 amateur fights, he's a professional anyway, but he shouldn't be allowed to fight for a world title in his third or fourth fight. What I did in my career was, when I turned professional, I fought to fight for the title against Gennaro Chipinito Hernandez. I fought 17 fights in a year and a half, then I fought for the world title. So I earned it. Nothing was given to me, and I talked about that yesterday. Nothing. What we're doing is we're watering the sport down. Everybody is champion now. There should only be 4 champions at each weight class, but it's more than 4. Now you in the top 10, you may have you got 10 in the top 10. You may have 12 fighters that's in a weight class that's champion. So the sport of boxing, we need to clean this up with all the sanctioning bodies. I'm not just talking about one particular sanctioning body, because I mean, I was a fighter at one particular time. I mean, a fighter that was competing at the highest level. And I feel that, and I don't want the young fighters to get upset like, oh, Floyd coming at me. Oh, he's coming at me. I'm not coming at you, young fighters. I'm talking about the sanctioning bodies. I'm talking about cleaning the sport of boxing up. I was put in this position to clean the sport up. I don't want to be in boxing if I can't help, if I can't give back. I don't want to just give back financially. I'm giving my time back, but I'm also going to give my voice. We have to clean the sport of boxing up. There's too many champions at these weight classes.
How do we start?
I mean, y'all the writers. Y'all have to say something about this. Y'all have to say something about this. If I'm saying this era, it's easy to win a title. Anybody can be world champion in this era. One of you, anybody in the media, y'all guys, we can let y'all fight on the Southern Circuit, move y'all the right way, and in 24 months y'all could be everybody's world champion now. Everybody. So I just don't like it.
フロイドはですね、ボクシングについてちょっと、話したいということがあって、今我々のいるボクシングの世界というものは非常に、混乱してきていて、例えば自分が見ている選手だけでも、タンクが WBA のライトウェイトチャンピオン、ヘイニーが WBC のライトウェイトチャンピオン、ケン・ボースに関しては WBC、WBA、WBO、IBF の4つの階級の、チャンピオンになっているんですが、とにかく階級にごとのチャンピオンが多すぎると思います。一つの世界中に一つの階級で6、7人のチャンピオンがいて、もう誰もがチャンピオンになれるような、仕組みになってしまっています。これはなぜならば、ファイターはチャンピオンになったらそこのコミッションに団体にお金を払わなければいけません。4団体の、チャンピオンである場合は4団体にお金を払わなければいけないような仕組みになっているんです。なので今ベルトを持っている人たちの中で本物の人たちが少ないと思います。自分は常に得てチャンピオンとしての価値高いものをベルトを得てやってきています。例えばロマチェンコなんかは400戦以上のアマチュアをやってきていますが、プロ 3,4 戦目で世界タイトルに挑戦するというのは自分は反対です。自分は世界タイトルに挑戦するまで17試合を行いました。自分はチャンピオンシップを行ってベルトを巻く資格があると思っています。とにかく私たちの競技にはチャンピオンが多すぎて競技自体が薄まってきていってしまっています。私の使命はこれからボクシングという組織、そういう組織そのものの仕組みをきれいにする、ための、使命があると思っています。自分が育ててもらって、受けた本をこのようにして返す。ただ金額とかお金で返すのではなくて、自分の声と自分の行動でボクシング業界をきれいにすることで恩を返したいなというふうに思っています。記者さんの方からそれをどうやって始めるのかという問いに関して、まずはあなたたち記者たちも声を上げるべきだと思います。あなたたちが書きなさい、都合悪いことも書いて、そこから一つずつ書いていくのがみんなの使命ではないのかという言葉をいただいています。So we would now like to move on to face-offs. So please, gentlemen, please stand up front. Okay, so stand here. Face forward, please. Front. Any requests? Fight pose. Okay. So we'll do a face off now.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, we're good, thank you. So we'll just face again, handshake, and we're done.
Okay.
Okay, thank you everybody. We'd like to finish our first session of today's press conference. Thank you.
So I have to make some good money.
Floyd, are you going to resign Tank? Is Tank going to resign?
I'm not here to talk about Tank. He's a hell of a fighter. He's with us forever. I like Tank. I love Tank. He loved me. We have a great relationship, and we're happy. We always want to stay positive. You know, the media always asks negative questions. So we're not talking about nothing negative. We're talking about things that's positive. Tank, I love you. We talk every day. Keep up the great work. I'm proud of you.
How was the face-off right now? He was trying to move towards you, move his head, trying to... Seen it all.
I didn't see it all. I did this a million times. I don't really worry about a face-off. A face-off is not the real fight. You know, the real fight, I do what I do. It's easy.
You know what I know about all of the opponents that I've covered you the last 13 years?
Yes.
You throw them off their game plan. They each have a game plan, and once the fight starts, it's over.
Oh, come on. I mean, that's why, you know, the people that I'm competing against, they always have to have a game plan. My game plan is just to be me. That's the game plan, just to be me. I don't worry about nothing. Never nervous. Don't care who in front of me. They're all the same.
Floyd, it seems like you're really enjoying things right now in your life, Floyd. Is that safe to say? Is that you seem like you're having fun, enjoying yourself?
I've always enjoyed life. Every day I wake up is a blessing. So I'm enjoying life just each and every day. You know, children is healthy, parents is healthy, grandson is healthy, and I'm working out.
You're grandpa.
Yeah, absolutely, I'm a grandpa. I'm proud to say I'm a grandpa. And my grandson he's a great little boy. I feel good every day. I work out and just enjoying life. That's what it's really about.
Hey Floyd, that's so in boxing, your voice is essentially the gospel. When you say a fighter's name, everyone looks them up and things like that. Just wanted to see like what fighters are you checking out and what fighters are, as a fight fan should definitely tune in.
I mean, it's so many young fighters out there. I mean, I'm proud of all these young fighters. Very, very proud of these fighters. A lot of times you'll hear, it's so crazy, like, even like you guys are different writers. If I don't want to give you guys an interview, then you guys will talk negative. So you talk negative about me, and you guys will talk negative about, you know, you guys will plant seeds in certain other writers because I don't want to give you guys a story. At the end of the day, I'm entitled to feel the way I want to feel. If I don't want to give you a story, I don't have to give you a story. And it's just simple and plain. Everything ain't for everybody. So if I don't, you know, I've done this somewhat since, I've been doing interviews since the 80s to now. So some days I just want to spend time with my family and be at ease and be at peace. If that's safe to say.
And I've heard you praise guys like John Ennis and David Benavidez. Those are some fighters that.
I'm just not really praising fighters. It's just giving guys their props. Saying, yo, this guy can fight.
You talked about the possibility of bringing in an NBA team here to Las Vegas. What would that mean to you to be part of that?
I truly believe if I do or I don't, which I'm going to have a team, whether it's in Vegas or it's not in Vegas, I will have a team. I've been working on that for a good while now. So, you know, I've been working behind the scenes. I didn't want to bring it out until, you know, it was engraved in stone.
You'd prefer Vegas, though, wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely. We would choose Vegas first, absolutely. And I got to make sure that you cover all the games.
You have to.
I have to, absolutely.
Mayweather Promotions is the past, present, and future. So the future of sports now that we're here with you today, would you expound on that today?
Like when I always said, Mayweather Promotions, we are the past, the present, and the future of sports and entertainment. So a lot of times people say, oh, it's so many other companies and so many things that I'm involved with outside of boxing and in boxing that don't say Mayweather on it, but they're my companies. And I have so many fighters. And I spoke about that yesterday when I was on the podium for the Hall of Fame. I spoke about me and Al Heyman. You know, some call him my mentor, some call him my manager, some call him a second dad. Call him whatever you want to call him. He's a great man. He's my partner. He's a second father. He's a great person. He's a shrewd businessman. And we can choose another person that's compatible with me to be in the sport of boxing. Great person.
What do you think of Spence Crawford? Two great fighters. You know both of them personally.
Yeah, and I seen you know, sometimes on I think it's ESPN, a couple of times you guys had seen me go out there and say certain things are false. When I tell you certain things are false, when I go out there and when I speak about certain things, please listen to me. I'm not just saying this. A lot of times a fighter may retweet something. Remember, I'm behind the scenes. So sometimes a fighter can retweet something, you know, just to get the people out of their seats or get the people going. And Errol Spence, hell of a fighter. Terrence Crawford, hell of a fighter. But I seen, if I'm not mistaken, someone threw a date out there or a month.
October 28th, they said in Vegas.
Not true. Not true.
October 29th.
Not true. Now, when it's true, y'all hear from me first, or y'all hear from FightHype.
Floyd, by the way, Justin Bieber's going through a rough time right now, health-wise. What would you wish him? He's a good kid. You know him personally.
Justin Bieber, me, myself, as well as the money team, you've been with us for so many years. You know, you was able to walk to that ring with TBE. We wish you nothing but the best. We love you. We care about you. And we only want the best for you. You will get better.
Floyd, when you say if we don't hear it from you, do you, because I know you showed some interest in wanting to sign Crawford, so are you saying until that happens, the fight won't be announced?
It's not that, you know, I don't, like I said before, so many things that I can really talk about that I'm not going to talk about. Remember, just because the guy, and you know, I love ESPN, but the ESPN, just because they got boxing writers and they're paying these guys, doesn't mean they're right. So when you see FightHype post, when you see a text message from me and you see I say this is not true, or that's no different from when Amir Khan was saying that oh yeah, me and Floyd just talked about doing an exhibition. That wasn't true. Amir Khan see me in Dubai. When Amir Khan see me in the lobby of the Armani Hotel, when he see me, he said, get on my video with me. I got on this video with him. He was recording our talk, said, hey, whatever. Next thing you know, he said, me and Mayweather talked about doing an exhibition, which is not true. A lot of times, remember this, and this is the reason why I do it. The reason why I give FightHype the story first is because of this. When nobody gave me a chance, and everybody was talking very, very disrespectful about me when I stood up to the plate to try to clean up the sport of boxing and said random blood and urine testing, not just for my opponent, but for me also. Now remember, it's so many fighters that have died and got hurt in the sport of boxing. Remember, the most important thing is your health. So these fighters should be able to have everything up here when their career is over. That's the great thing about my career. You know why they don't like me? Because I win. And sometimes I'm like, damn, well, we want to see him lose once, or we want to see something happen, because all he do is win. This is what God wanted. This is what God wanted. You know, so, and it's just like, they say, well, Floyd, how did you become the bad guy in the sport of boxing? How did you become the bad guy? Well, it wasn't that I became the bad guy. I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to take over my career. So once I took over my career to do the things that I wanted to do, to take the money and to promote myself, put a little bit of money everywhere, because I was with a promoter who was just promoting me in one area. Who don't want to be their own boss? I want to be my own boss. And I talk about a lot of these guys, a lot of these fighters out here talking about, yeah, I got my own promotion, my own promotion company. How? You can't even advance a fighter $1 million. You can't advance a fighter $2 million. When you can advance a fighter $3 million and $4 million, then you could become a promoter. Until then, let us promote you.
Floyd, I'm also just curious, in the future, training was something that you talked about, fighters, you know, is that something we can look forward to as the trainer version?
I think that,
because we've seen it with Devin and Javante.
But a lot of times, I think, honestly, it has something to do with me. Not to do with Pretty Boy Floyd, but Money Mayweather. You know, Money Mayweather, that's all the fighters want. I want to get paid, I want to get paid, I want to get paid. You go look at Pretty Boy Floyd. I really put in work before the money. The money came down the line. Now, but remember, and I know a lot of, and you know, I love heavyweights, because when I was a kid, the heavyweights and I think the welterweights was, you know, they were the shit. Sorry, but you know, we grown. The heavyweights and the welterweights, they were the shit. But when I came in, I put the heavyweights out of business. But then I brought crazy money to the small weight classes. This is what I did in the sport of boxing. So now it's so jacked up. All the fighters want, I just want to get paid. I just want to get paid. I just want to get paid. Before I got paid, I put in a lot of hard work. And that's what it's about. These guys wouldn't be getting the money that they're getting if it wasn't for me. I changed boxing totally. And we will continue to keep random and random blood testing and random urine testing. We have to. Let's clean the sport up. Let's be on the even playing field. Remember, FightHype treated me fair. They said, yeah, you're right. And then everybody, you know, I see you guys. I was like, okay. So every now and then I go, I go on my laptop and check it out. It was like, yeah, Mayweather fought Pacquiao when he was over the hill. Well, I'm older than Pacquiao. And then they say, oh, he fought De La Hoya when De La Hoya was over the hill. We both was in our 30s at the same time. You know, then they say, oh, he didn't fight Canelo at the right time. Well, I was almost 40. Canelo is the same age that Devin Haney is at right now. These are the things that, you know, that these media and these people write about. When y'all write, y'all really got to know the sport. And I'll say this on record. Nobody knows more about boxing than Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd, last time you were in Japan, your son Karan walked you out with a song. He has new music coming out. Could we expect him to walk you out again?
You know, my children, I never pushed my boys to be fighters. You know, fighting is, most time when you're fighting, you come from poverty. Most time we fighting, we come from poverty. So, you know, we got a chip on our shoulder. You know, and yesterday when I was on that podium, not the first day, when I shed it, when the tears of joy, but we're gonna talk about the second day. A lot of those fighters was upset about me. You know, everybody had the chance to speak and say what they wanted to say. I just spoke the truth. Did I lie?
So I just want to make sure. Did I lie yesterday? I'm not the highest paid fighter ever.
You are?
Okay. So we got that right. I didn't do it. I didn't do the biggest gate ever.
Multiple.
Multiple. Okay. So we got the 10 out of the 10 biggest pay-per-views. Right. I don't have 6. I got the top 4 and I got 2 more.
Yeah.
Okay. 60%. Okay. So I didn't buy myself on my contract for $750,000. So in 3 fights I didn't make $750 million. All I did was tell the truth. I don't, you guys, whenever you guys go to New York, when you guys want to go to my building, just let me know. This is what I do.
Well, can you tell us about One Vanderbilt a bit? I know that.
Oh man, I just had a meeting in One Vanderbilt the other day. So we putting a new project together, all throughout the U.S. It's all about giving back because the ultimate goal is I'm gonna build certain centers for the homeless, as well as the less fortunate, for jobs. Want to make sure they're able to get 3 meals a day. I'm gonna do that all throughout the U.S. I'm building certain centers, but first I must take care. We got this huge real estate projects that I'm building all throughout the U.S. and total what that will be bringing in is with me and my team is $300 million a month. So these are the things that I'll be working on. A lot of times, like I said before, they was like, oh, Mayweather, all he do is he buy jewelry, he buy cars. That's what y'all believe. Like I said before, intelligent as well as smart.
Any of those centers here in Vegas planned yet?
Absolutely, because I heard that Vegas got, when I first, the day before yesterday, it was tears of joy. But when I was, remember this, on All Access and 24/7, we used to feed the homeless. We showed that part of Floyd Mayweather, but they never like to show that. They never like to talk about that. They just want to be negative because they mad that a kid that comes from poverty and comes from nothing was able to, use his mind and maneuver and make his way to the top. And they wanted to see me fail because I'm happy to speak out and talk about, what? It feels good to make a lot and to give back to my loved ones and put them in a position to be entrepreneurs. Because, but let me talk about when I went, when I was feeding the homeless in Vegas when I first seen it. So I was thinking that I was going to just hop in one of my cars, ride over there, and just go see the homeless and feed them. I didn't know it really was that bad. As soon as I seen it, I was like, oh shit. I started crying. I said, shit, this is bad. So, and then when I'm in, I got my house in Beverly Hills. We go bike riding. I also got different things that I own throughout LA. We like to go bike riding, so we went bike riding. We like to go bike riding downtown, and I seen a Skid Row. So when I seen Skid Row, I said, you know what? I'm gonna help give back to Vegas, LA, New York, Chicago, just all throughout the U.S. where we have extremely bad poverty. I will give back and build centers.
Hey Floyd, you mentioned a while ago that a documentary will be coming soon one day. Just any updates on that? Obviously, the fans will love to watch these intimate moments, especially in the Hall of Fame.
It's going to be really hard to do my documentary. I was like the first. So if you guys don't know, I've been filming my life behind the scenes from 1996 to right now. All behind the scenes from 1996 all the way to right now. I never knew that people was going to be able to do document. I just filmed it just to have for myself. So when you guys get a chance to see it, you guys are going to, I don't have no plans on putting it out, but I'm pretty sure.
We gotta see some of those 90s,
What you guys are going to see is a lot of me boxing, I done boxed everybody. Mm-hmm. I boxed everybody, and it's so crazy. I had a lot of great days, I had a lot of bad days in the gym. But I tell them I never have bad paydays.
Dimitri Salita told me a story that one time a big heavyweight, a known heavyweight, challenged you. You told Leonard to go get your bag, and you dropped him with a body shot.
In a boxing gym, it don't count. You can have good days, you can have bad days. A lot of times guys do good in the gym. You know, they be happy. They feel like if you done good with Floyd Mayweather, in the gym, oh, I want a world title. Well, you got to really look at this now. Slow down. You go home to an apartment. You know, I go home to a palace. There's a difference.
Now, Floyd,
You know, when you say your name, when they say these fighters' names, they say thousands and millions. When you say Money Mayweather, you say billions.
Kobe Bryant was very passionate about helping the homeless. Why are you passionate about that cause? You could do anything. You could help anybody. Why is it the homeless? Why that cause?
It's just my calling. It's just my calling to give back. You know, be able to stay in a place nice and warm, be able to take a shower, 3 meals a day. I'm gonna give back.
And so, Floyd, with the expositions that you have been actually doing throughout the
Exhibitions,
world,
I got you, baby.
yes. So, with those, how are you presenting them now, and regarding for the future? Are you opening them up for others, entertainers, and other fighters?
Well, I spoke to Andre Ward. If you guys seen us talking on stage, you know, at the International Boxing Hall of Fame, we was talking on stage. You know, Andre Ward was talking to me, and it's crazy. Andre Ward said he didn't mind doing an exhibition against Jake Paul. Now, you know, my guy right here, this is the guy that's behind the scenes that made the Conor McGregor fight happen. The Logan Paul, the first exhibition in Japan, this exhibition in Japan, the Don Moore. This is the guy right here that's behind the scenes that makes everything happen. This is the guy I'm always talking about. And he said somebody reached out to him. He don't really like to do interviews because he's behind the scenes. They reached out to you and said what? The Logan Paul camp.
Logan Paul won part two.
He won part two. Now remember, this is the same guy that said he did get paid. So a lot of times, stop listening to all the bullshit that people, you know, like I say, clout chasing. You know, when you bring Floyd Mayweather name up, you stay relevant. You know, I'm always the reaction. I'm not the action, I'm the reaction.
Floyd, will WrestleMania come in your backyard in a couple of years? Are you going to get this show that rematch?
Oh, WrestleMania coming? Ooh, I ain't seen wrestling in a long. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to go to do an interview. You know, you guys, I don't like to do. You guys caught me today. I really don't like to talk. But you guys caught me. Okay?
Appreciate it, Floyd.
We have a back panel here that's taking over.
So they want me to make sure that, you know, they
There's a panel over there in this room.
you want me to talk over there or talk right here?
Yeah.
What was it? They don't want me to talk right. Okay.
No worries. Appreciate it, Floyd. Congrats.
Thank you, Floyd.
All right, guys. We just ended the press conference. Got the press conference right here. Floyd's going to be fighting in Japan again for a second exhibition. So we'll definitely be able to chop all this footage up and give you bite sizes. If you're just tuned in, you can rewind. But we just had a really cool, intimate scrum with Floyd Mayweather right after the press conference. So definitely check us out. Stay tuned. Nope, go ahead. You can walk, boss. But as always, we really, really appreciate you guys here. And just stay tuned. We got a lot of content. We got a whole bunch of Hall of Fame stuff if you just missed it. And then we'll continue to just keep on dropping all the hottest stuff in the sport of boxing. So appreciate you guys.